55 kilos is the weight of the lightest striker in FIFA 25.
I'm going to put him up front in my team, and for every goal our striker scores, I'll swap him for a striker who's 1 kilo heavier until we reach the heaviest striker in the game. Remember, all the matches are online in Ultimate Team, which makes the challenge even harder. Right with his first touch of the ball, our featherweight striker struck across goal and opened the scoring. So, he'll come off to make way for a striker weighing 56 kilos. The Turk, Korica, also went for a shot across goal. On the rebound, our player crossed it in, but Korica is far too short to win it in the air, so the only way is to keep it on the ground. He burst into the box at speed and struck it hard to score his goal. Since there isn't a striker weighing 57 kilos, we'll have to jump straight to 58. The best striker at that weight is this Irishman, with just a 57 overall rating. Playing with a bronze card makes it even harder to get past the defense. Our Irishman only managed to get one shot on target and didn't have time to do anything else in that match. So let's move on to the next game, which starts with him smashing a shot into the top corner to score his goal. Now we're bringing on this Italian, who weighs 59 kilos and is also a bronze card. It's not easy out there, he's struggling against the defense as well, but in the second half, he pulled off a neat dribble and almost scored a screamer. Then he found himself free in the 6-yard box, and there's no way you can miss from there. The next player weighs 60 kilos, and finally we've got a gold card. It's a shame he only came on right at the end and didn't have time to do anything. But in the next match, the Portuguese Daniel Podence dribbled past the defense and fired into the top corner to score his goal. The next striker is the Belgian Mertens, who weighs 61 kilos. He came on and immediately left the defense all at sea. Check out this move from the Belgian. He almost scored a screamer. Shame he was blocked at the last moment, but with this lofted pass, he didn't miss and smashed it in to score another. Weighing 62 kilos, this total rush card, from this Scottish player I don't know, is coming onto the pitch. You can only get this card by completing the objectives in the game. And judging by this play here, it looks like it was worth it. The Scot Ryan Gauld scored a stunning goal and is already coming off to make way for the Japanese player Kyogo Furuhashi, who weighs 63 kilos. The Japanese player came on, played a quick 1-2 in attack, got the ball right in front of goal and scored with his very first shot. The other Japanese player, Kubo, who weighs 64 kilos, is coming on in his place, but the next match is against a team with 5 at the back. It's tough for the Japanese player to get past this defense. And when he finally managed to find some space, he missed this great chance. And at the end of the match, he didn't manage to score any goals. So, I'm going to pick another striker who weighs 64 kilos to play alongside him. Will the Japanese player finally manage to score a goal now? The next match starts off tense, with our defender giving away a penalty. Our team starts off losing 1-0. Kubo is still struggling to get past this defense. Until, in the second half, he pulled off a bit of skill inside the box. The goalkeeper saved his shot, but on the rebound, his partner, Jesus Ferreira, was there to score. Now a striker weighing 65 kilos is coming on. Englishman Marcus Edwards tried his luck with this shot outside the area, and then received the ball inside the area to shoot into the corner and score his own goal. According to EAFC, young Endrick weighs 66 kilos. For those who haven't seen it yet, that's his face in FIFA 25. And I'll tell you, even though he's only got a 77 overall, the lad is slick in the game. He came on, weaving through the defense and providing an assist for our midfielder to score another. Then he picked up the ball outside the box and, with his left foot, blasted it into the top corner to score his own. In his case, I'm going to make an exception. Since it's his debut in EAFC, I played a whole match using only him. Well, I tried to do that, because after he dribbled past the defense again and scored another screamer, the opponent disconnected. But that's all right. Now he's coming off to make way for one of the greatest players in history. Weighing 67 kilos, Lionel Messi came onto the pitch and, in true Lionel Messi fashion, the Argentine caused chaos in the defense and, with his left foot, put the ball into the top corner to score a stunning goal. It's a shame he didn't stay in our team for long and is already coming off to be replaced by Nkunku, who weighs 68 kilos. The Frenchman dribbled past everyone. The opposition's defense was left all over the place and, with a curling shot into the corner, he scored a brilliant goal. Weighing 69 kilos, the Senegalese Mané came onto the pitch. Straight away in his first move, he already gave the goalkeeper some trouble, but the defender brought him down just as he was about to shoot. And it was from the penalty spot that the Senegalese scored his, taking us up to 70 kilos, the same weight as the Portuguese João Felix, the younger version of Kaka from Shopee. With a precise dribble past the defender, he broke into the box, but the goalkeeper positioned himself well at the moment of the shot. The second half begins and the Portuguese keeps trying until he receives the ball inside the box and, with a low shot across goal, scores his, taking us up to 71 kilos, the same weight as the Brazilian Richarlison. But there wasn't enough time for the Pombo to score his in this match. So let's move on to the next game, which starts with him being blocked just as he goes to shoot. Richarlison's shots kept getting blocked every time, but the Pombo doesn't give up. Until, after a slip-up by the defense, he struck across goal with no chance for the keeper. And after doing his traditional Pombo celebration, the German Mario Götze, who weighs 72 kilos, is coming on to take his place. I know he usually plays in midfield, but I didn't realize he also plays as a striker. Since the opponent disconnected, he'll come on in the next match, which starts with him playing a pass for our midfielder to break into the box and get brought down by the goalkeeper. From the penalty spot, the German pulled off a cheeky chip to score his. Now it's Gabriel Jesus' turn, who weighs 73 kilos. The Brazilian received a lovely pass and, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, chipped the ball, which ended up turning into a sombrero. Even with the defender's sliding tackle, he still managed to score a stunning goal. The big defender only got a yellow card for that challenge. But if you're not following me yet, you're the one who's going to get a red card. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Weighing 74 kilos, the Englishman Vardy is about to take to the pitch, but he didn't find it as easy as the Brazilian to score his goal. He's already 37 years old and no longer has the same pace as before. The Englishman was struggling to get past the defense, and while he was losing the ball in attack, at the other end the opposing team was closing the gap. The second half begins, and he finally managed to take his first shot on goal. With that angled shot, the goalkeeper made the save as well. Vardy was freer in attack, but the ball just wouldn't go in no matter what. While he wasn't scoring at one end, the other team was finding the net at the other. And the match ended in a 2-2 draw, with no goals from the Englishman. So let's move on to the next match, where Vardy's saga continues. He's getting closer and closer to scoring his, and that shot crashed against the post. In a move down the right, he received a good pass inside the box and let fly to finally score his goal. With that, he'll come off to make way for Anderson Talisca, who weighs 75 kilos. Although he's quite skinny, he weighs that much because he's 1.90 meter tall. And it was with his left foot that the Brazilian struck into the top corner to score a stunning goal, fulfilling his role as a 75-kilo striker. I just don't understand what that lump on his head is. Someone needs to take this lad to a neurologist. That's not normal, honestly. Meanwhile, the other Brazilian, Roberto Firmino, is our 76-kilo striker. And just look at this movement. He played a 1-2 with his teammate, got in front of the defense and found himself free to take it past the keeper and score his goal right at the end of the match. It's a shame it wasn't enough to prevent our team's defeat, but at least there was time to take Talisca to the neurologist and sort out that little problem he had with his head. And with that, we've reached 77 kilos, the same weight as Edinson Cavani. The Uruguayan, who, let's be honest, is already at the end of his career, no longer has the same agility as before, but after so many attempts, eventually the ball goes in, and it was in the second half that the Uruguayan received a backwheel pass, unleashed a rocket into the top corner to finally score his goal, making way for the young Vitor Roque with his 78 kilos. The Brazilian prodigy, who was constantly being compared to Endrick, was having trouble getting past this defense, until in a rather bizarre moment the ball bounced awkwardly and, with the goalkeeper out of position, the Brazilian scored his goal, making way for the wives' friend Mauro Icardi, who weighs 79 kilos. He came on right at the end of the match and didn't have time to score any goals. In the next match, EA played a prank on us by giving both teams kits of the same color. Even with this colorblind challenge, our team kept passing the ball around until Icardi found himself one-on-one with the goalkeeper and scored with his left foot. Now we've reached 80 kilos, the same weight as the Frenchman Thuram, But with two identical kits, it's hard for us to find each other on the pitch. I have to keep looking at the radar more than at the actual game. In the midst of all this chaos, the Frenchman Thuram almost scored, but it was only in the second half that he broke away on the attack and chipped the goalkeeper to score a stunning goal. With that, he'll be coming off to make way for another Frenchman. The striker Karim Benzema weighs 81 kilos. The Frenchman immediately started causing problems for the opposing defense. From the corner kick, he rose higher than everyone else to head the ball into the top corner and secure his goal, making way for a striker who is 1 kilo heavier. The German Havertz may look skinny, but is over 1 meter 90 tall and weighs 82 kilos. It didn't take long and, with his very first touch of the ball, the German took it past the goalkeeper to score his own and secure a 5-3 victory for our team. Let's move on to the next match, and this time the kit is different. Our striker is the former Santos player Marcos Leonardo, weighing 83 kilos. His shot was too high and the ball went out. He aimed for the top corner, but the goalkeeper saved it. Then he broke into the box and was brought down just as he was about to shoot. From the penalty spot, he placed it in the corner to score his goal. Now he'll make way for Alvaro Morata, who weighs 84 kilos. The Spaniard isn't a particularly agile player, but he's an opportunistic striker. In the second half, he found himself unmarked in the box and slotted it into the corner to get his goal. In this way, he will make way for one of the greatest players in history. Cristiano Ronaldo weighs 85 kilos, according to EAFC. The big machine didn't spend much time on the pitch. At his first opportunity, the Portuguese controlled it on his chest and fired it in to score his goal, fulfilling his role as an 85-kilo striker before making way for his old Barcelona rival, Luisito Suarez, who weighs 86 kilos. But unlike the Portuguese, the path to goal wasn't easy for the Uruguayan, and Messi's mate couldn't find the net in this match, postponing his objective to the next game. And in the following match, the Uruguayan managed to shine, hitting a screamer into the top corner, which was enough to make the opponent disconnect. So let's move on to another match. And I don't know if you believe in coincidences, but the name of the team we're about to face is Vamos Segua FC. If that's not a sign that you should subscribe to the channel, I don't know what is. Weighing 87 kilos, our team is fielding the Czech Patrick Schick up front, but the Bayer Leverkusen striker is a bit on the heavy side. It was tough for our attack to create any chances. That shot on goal was our team's most dangerous opportunity. Our 87-kilo striker couldn't do anything else on the pitch, and the match ended in a goalless draw. So, I'm going to change the formation to a 4-3-3, relying on Lionel Messi's help in midfield. Now our team is more attacking, and our Czech striker is playing with more freedom. After nearly scoring a screamer, he weaved past the defense to get into the box and fired across goal to score his own. So, he's coming off to make way for the Frenchman Mateta, who weighs 88 kilos. There wasn't much messing about with this Frenchman. With his very first touch, he aimed for the top corner to get his goal. Now it's the turn of the Dutchman Xerxes, who weighs 89 kilos. The Manchester United striker didn't stay on the pitch for long either. And with his first touch of the ball, he'd already scored, bringing us up to 90 kilos, the same weight as the Swedish striker Diogenes, who, unlike his teammates, didn't score with his first attempt, but on his second chance, he found himself unmarked, strolled into the box, and calmly slotted his goal. After that, the opponent disconnected, and the next match began with Olivier Giroud, weighing 91 kilos. The Frenchman is a big lad and won't get past the defense with speed. He needs to find a bit of space like a true poacher, and at the right moment, he received a good pass, took it past the keeper and scored his, making way for the Colombian Zapata, who weighs 92 kilos. It didn't take long, and with his very first shot on goal, the keeper let it in. So, the Colombian striker is already coming off to make way for one of the oldest players in the game, the Paraguayan Roque Santa Cruz, who is 43 years old and still hasn't retired. According to EAFC, he weighs 92 kilos. And as a true and experienced centre-forward, he made his mark straight away with his very first touch. With that, he's already coming off to make way for Lukaku, who weighs 94 kilos. Since the Belgian came on right at the end of the match, his goal will have to wait for the next game. But it wasn't an easy path for our heavyweight Belgian. The defense was really tight and it was hard for him to find any space. When he got a great chance inside the box, he was too slow to finish, but in the second half the ball fell to his right foot and, even though it's his weaker foot, he didn't miss. The problem is that now things are going to get more complicated. The best striker, who weighs 95 kilos, is this German who only has a 6 to 7 overall rating. Can we manage to score a goal with this silver striker? He's far too slow and can't win the ball off the defenders at all. We're going to try another match with him, but even against a different team, his lack of skill is just the same. I don't know what we need to do to manage to score a goal with this guy. He's being completely dominated by the opposing defense. But in an unexpected moment, a glimmer of hope appeared. Out of absolutely nowhere, the guy made a sliding tackle from behind for no reason at all. The referee didn't hesitate and sent the bloke off. With one man up, our team managed to attack a bit more. That didn't hide our striker's limitations, but now he's got a bit more space on the pitch, and with that, he finally managed to take his first shot on goal. Our 95-kilo hero was getting closer and closer to scoring his goal, until at one point, he found himself free in the box and, with a completely mishit shot, the ball slowly rolled into the net. At last, our silver striker managed to score his goal. Let's watch this historic football moment again on the replay. Our star player fell awkwardly to the ground, spreading all 95 kilos of himself across the pitch. In this way, he will make way for a striker who is 1 kilo heavier. The Frenchman Bigot weighs 96 kilos and promises plenty of excitement up front. That's because he's also a silver card, and since he came on right at the end, he couldn't do anything else in this match, postponing his goal to the next game, which starts with him dribbling past the defense and taking a shot that the goalkeeper saved. But his lack of agility makes it harder for him to score. Until, in the second half, the Frenchman used all his speed to break away from the defense and unleashed a rocket into the top corner to score his goal. Now it's the turn of the Argentine Chavez, who weighs 97 kilos. And since he's 1.85 meters tall, it really does look like he's overweight. But in the next match, right in his first move, the Argentine won the challenge and fired a shot into the corner to secure his goal. So he's coming off to make way for the Nigerian Onwuachu, who weighs 98 kilos and is over 2 meters tall. At last, a gold striker is back in our team, so it should be easier to score, but the opposing goalkeeper is doing everything he can to keep the ball out. And the Nigerian didn't manage to score any goals in this match, postponing his objective to the next game, which starts with the Nigerian freer than ever, missing an unbelievable chance. It seems like everything is going wrong for our 98-kilo striker. He got another clear chance to score and wasted it by hitting the post. But after the corner kick, the ball fell to him during the exchange of passes, and the Nigerian struck across goal to finally score his goal. And since there isn't any striker weighing 99 kilos registered in the game, we've reached 100. The American Daryl Dike weighs an incredible 100 kilos and, as he is 1.88 meters, perhaps is also a bit overweight. Our centenarian weight striker started by giving the opposing goalkeeper a scare, and right at the end of the match, he unleashed a rocket into the top corner to secure our team's victory. So in the next match, our team will be lining up with Thomas Hory in attack. This Czech striker is 2 meters tall and weighs 101 kilos. With that size, agility isn't his strong suit, so the way forward is to attack through the air. And when the ball was crossed into the box, he rose up to head it into the corner and score his goal. Now, no one else is coming into the game because at 101 kilos, blind Thomas Hory is the heaviest striker in EAFC 25. If you've watched this video up to this point, leave a like to support this channel. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell, and click on the card as I've picked out another video for you to watch.